Oh, let's talk about Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie, um, we already read her apology, her first apology. And I'm just gonna read that quickly to you guys, and then we're gonna get into her video response because I just wanna have oh wait, god damn minute. I just want us to have okay. Should just be moving and I ain't even asked it to do that. Okay, so recently a clip from hold up, let me share. Sorry. Let me share my screen, girl. Recently, a clip from a nearly 2-hour video was taken out of context to make it appear that I somehow take lightly what I have advocated for concerning the devastating problem facing the Black maternal health crisis. It has been my life's work to highlight and attempt to rectify the issues that devastatingly impact Black maternal mother versus our counterparts. As a physician, I educate my patients every day to be their own best advocate. As we continue to face medical mistreatment and gaslighting, my intention with the broader conversation was to ensure patients enter their pregnancies armed with information and tools to effectively communicate their needs with their doctors to assure a positive outcome. So saying I'm really tired, saying, I'm hurting, or saying I'm really, really uncomfortable, those aren't clear enough communication in order for a doctor to feel like they can just write the doctor's note and let the woman off, right? Because we don't want women to be complaining just so that they can get off work, right? I kind of feel like we shouldn't even really have to, like, women shouldn't even have to work through pregnancies. I don't feel like women should have to work through pregnancy. I feel like if a woman has health insurance and she can go and sit in her house and be relaxed and prepare for her baby in the time that, she is pregnant, then that is what's preferred and that should be okay for anybody. A woman shouldn't have to be on bed rest. A woman should not have to have, these exceptionally, serious issues taking place in order for her to feel like I don't want to work through a pregnancy. So for a doctor to feel as if at any point it was necessary to say on a public forum that black women are dramatic and tend to cry wolf and want to keep going back and forth to the hospital just because they don't want to go to work. It feels like slavery. It feels like what a slave master would say to a pregnant slave. You just want to be off from work until she starts bleeding. Then you're going to believe that something's wrong. But when she just feels pain or she's uncomfortable or she's extremely fatigued and she says this to you because you can't see it, because you can't pull it up on a chart to make a reason for it, you're going to say that she's just lying and she just wants to be off from work, as if there's something wrong with a pregnant woman not wanting to work. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think when your body is forming a human being, we really shouldn't have to be working. We should want to work if that's what we want to do, if we have the capability to. But if we physically don't feel like working, I don't think we should have to, whether it's a want or a need. And for a OBGYN who says that she has made it her life's mission to advocate for the concerning and devastating problem facing Black maternal health crisis, how can you then say that we're taking it out of context when you literally said up out of your mouth, Black women, we can be dramatic. We can cry wolf. How did we take those statements out of context? It's the same thing with the last person. With Ryan Clark. You said it. You insinuated it. Stop acting like the public is fucking stupid. Just take accountability. But she didn't want to take accountability when the shit first happened. She wanted to tell us we were too stupid to understand what she was really saying. And then when that didn't work, then we got this.
Happy holidays
That's
to
better.
you and yours. I'm taking a much needed pause to address comments that I made during a 2020 live interview with one of my castmates. First and most importantly, to Black women
First of all, castmate, does that mean Dr. Heavenly is no longer her friend? We absolutely going back to live bites to see if anything was said.
and mothers, including your friends, families, and the medical community who cares for you. Because my words left you hurt and feeling unsupported, I want you to know I hear you, I see you, I believe you, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I am brokenhearted over this. The guilt and reality that I have hurt and offended people, especially Black women, and some of my own patients, pains me to my core. As I look back over the 2 hour video again and again, I admit that I used the wrong words and descriptions to properly convey my concerns regarding maternal mortality related to women of color.
And I don't believe that. I don't believe you used the wrong words. I think you said exactly what you wanted to say. I think you meant what you were saying, Dr. Jackie. I've been rewatching Married to Medicine season 1, and that's what I'm going to be doing when I leave this video, girl. I'm going to go back downstairs into my living room and sit, okay, and enjoy the ambiance that I have created for the holidays, girl, which is just redecorating and moving shit around. You got to do it sometime, girl. But yes, I'm going to finish watching season 1 of Married to Medicine. But in season 1 of Married to Medicine, Dr. Jackie is steadfast in her opinions, even when they are problematic. And I feel like throughout the years, it has been expressed to her several times that she is not showing the compassion she should be showing. And it wasn't until now that you want to get up here and show emotional compassion and empathy. And I do want to believe her, but essentially I feel like it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. And I feel like Dr. Jackie might just be set in her ways. And this apology is for the public benefit of her business because she's not ready to retire. And she does not want to have her image tarnished. I think her image is more important than anything to her. I think her image is more important in the way she treats her patients. I think her image is more important than the truth. And so when that is a fact, I find it hard to fully believe what she's saying, especially when she continues to say things like, I used the wrong words. First, it was we took it out of context. Now it's I used the wrong words. No, I think you said exactly what you meant to say. I think you're elitist. And I think you sit on a pedestal as a doctor and a woman of access and education. And I think you look down on people who are poor, who you feel are just lazy, who you feel like are product of their circumstances and don't try to get out of those circumstances. I feel like because you probably come out of a certain situation, you feel like everybody should be able to rise to the occasion of your level of conservatism. And when they don't aspire to your level of conservatism, you feel like they are not worthy. They're not worthy of respect. They're not worthy of their concerns being listened to, which is why you probably treat your rich celebrity clients better than you treat your regular everyday clients that come to you. So let me let her continue on, but I really do feel like this is more of a character flaw for Dr. Jackie than it is misuse of words or taking anything out of context.
But the fact is, we must do more because we are still dying more. If I could say it all over again, here's how I'd say it. When experiencing a health matter, keep a log of your concerns and symptoms so that you can provide them accurately to your physician. Have a buddy system, someone who can advocate for you when you're with a physician, especially when pregnant. Know that a second and third opinion is not just sometimes warranted, but necessary. I thank you for taking out time from your holiday to tune into my apology and my self-dedication to Black women and healthcare. I've been shaken and moved to be better. Happy.
So yeah, that's what she said. She's been shaken and moved to be better. And for the sake of Dr. Jackie's patience, I hope that that is true. Let's talk about people that look, a fool for the Christmas holiday, girl. Let's talk about people that look a fool for Christmas holiday. Now, just a few weeks ago, we were talking about Tamar's boyfriend, JR, eating Tommy's ass. Yet here we are.
I'm not going there. Now, I'm about to tell you all the. Woo! I'm not going there. Now, I'm about to tell you all the. Woo!
They're engaged, y'all. They're engaged. Let me see. I thought I had saved another one, y'all. Hold up. Let me refresh. Let me refresh because I feel like I had absolutely saved like the whole little holiday video. Yeah, here it goes. Okay. So that's some music we can't play that. Tamar's engaged. Tamar's engaged. And look, everybody's congratulations. Congratulations, right? Because it ain't nothing better than getting engaged to a man a couple of weeks after you found out he ate some girl's ass who you had beef with on the internet. Girl, it ain't nothing better than getting married to a man that'll do something. Girl, look at you kissing him after he ate Tommy's ass just a couple of weeks ago. And don't get me wrong, I know this man washed his face and brushed his teeth by 9. She not about to get none of Tommy Lee's ass juice on her upper lip. But I still feel like if he would do something like that to you, why are we acting like this is such a good thing for her to get engaged to this man after we saw him admit to going and trying to hurt her by having a rendezvous of ass eatage with Tommy Lee, who she had beef with on social media? Like, I just, can somebody explain it to me? Can somebody tell me why we would be happy and telling somebody congratulations as if that's something to be proud of? Y'all, I really want to be happy for people when they get engaged and they get married if that's what they want. Okay. But I want the people to not have had these types of public displays happen so near. I mean, at all, really, like, to me, a situation where a man will seek out a woman who you have beef with on the internet and have any type of sexual relationship with her, fly her out, anything of that nature, for that to take place, that man, if he gets upset with you, he will then again try to go for the jugular with you. That was an extreme thing to do in order to hurt Tamar. And I don't think that you change. I don't think that you get better. I don't think that you don't do things like that moving forward when a woman decides to take you back after you do something like that. I don't. And so to see them get engaged on Christmas after this happened, I just, girl, I mean, listen, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. But I also feel like the public, just everybody, like, oh, this so great. Amen. Congratulations, sis. Congratulations. Like, I get it. You want to be happy about somebody, being in love. Because a motherfucker love. Shout out to Roxanne. I do. I do love, y'all. And when they got engaged the first time, I was happy for Tamar. But after all of this stuff has taken place on social media, for everybody to be acting like this is cool, it's just cognitive dissonance. And it's crazy to me the way we publicly and as a community support women being in relationships with people that have done such damage to them. If Tamar had done this to him, if she had sought out some dude he had beef with on the internet and sucked this man's dick, like, would y'all really be telling him to marry Tamar if the shoe was on the other foot? I don't think y'all would. I don't. And so I do find the community validating this relationship after what we've just seen from them problematic. I do. I'm sorry. I do. Okay, let's talk about other problematic things in the community. Girl, Masika Kalia and her hubby going through it. That nigga Fetty Wap a tough guy because the games bitches play with kids. Not wow. I just found out where my babies were for Christmas. Married woman took some innocent kids to enjoy Christmas with another random guy. Is the lowest of the lowest and need be placed in jail. She need be placed in jail. Need be placed in jail. And there are a lot of people that are in agreement, but I feel like it's wild to say that this woman should be in jail unless there was a custody agreement. And the way y'all don't like to go to court, I feel like there probably is no custody agreement. Now, Masika probably was doing something that hurt your feelings. I don't really fuck with Masika like that. But I also feel like this is one of those times where a man has probably like done the fucking most in a relationship, and a woman has now decided, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And then he gets his feelings hurt because whenever you do to them what they do to you, they be over there butt hurt, acting like they never did anything of the sort to you first. So that's why I wasn't rushing to be on his side with this, even though I don't see it for Masika. But just the way he went about it, the way he said it, she should be in jail, is just kind of like, dude, you're jumping off the ledge. And whenever men over exaggerate situations like this, I feel like they're trying to get the public on their side to go against their partner or whoever their person is in the situation. And I just kind of feel like as a man, that's unnecessary because you're a man. You have the power in the whole situation. Like, men have the power, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but in society men have the power, which is why without knowing anything from her side, he's able to post this. And there are so many people in the comments that will agree. Now listen, a lot of them aren't saying that right here, but there were. I read some. I read some when it first came out. This one was one of the main ones that I couldn't stand. I hate that every time a man expresses his emotions or speaks out, y'all call them sassy. This is why so many black men are emotionally unavailable and unstable. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not why. You're putting the egg before the fucking chicken, if you ask me, with this one, okay? Or the cart before the horse, child, whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, I feel like women, like whoever this is, y'all always find a way to blame women, because it's women that you're blaming when you say this. Like, you're blaming women for what? Men not being able to emote, even though they've always been like that. Like, men have always had a hard time talking about their emotions, communicating their emotions, even when there's a safe space to do so. They don't want to talk. A woman will ask a man what's wrong a million times, and he'll keep saying nothing and acting passive aggressive because he doesn't want to communicate his feelings, because he wants to be angry. He wants to be mad. Like, either way, even in this scenario, to act as if this is simply a man expressing his emotions is where I have an issue. Why do y'all do this? Why do y'all act like whenever men are doing the absolute fucking most because they angry at a woman that they chose, they want to get on the internet and act as if this woman is the scum beneath their fucking balls, and y'all act like this is just simply an expression of emotion? This is not simply an expression of emotion. This man brought up her ex and then said that she had innocent kids, which, what was happening to the kids that they couldn't be wherever she was? The guy may be random to you, doesn't mean he's random to her. And why does she need to be in jail for that? I don't like this because it's giving Handmaid's Tale. The woman doesn't do what I want her to do, so we should put her in jail. Kind of like the Roe v. Wade situation. Oh, a woman has a miscarriage, we're angry about it, let's put her in jail. I don't like it. This is why niggas is unstable, because y'all won't let us complain in peace. Sure, Jan. Y'all gonna do that anyway, because that's just how y'all is. Listen, that's just how y'all is. I used to hear men say, stop crying like a girl, from men all the time as a child. And then the fact that you grew up as a woman hearing that you need to suck up your emotions and stop crying before I give you something to cry about. Black people, black women and men grew up hearing, you better stop crying before I give you something to cry about. I used to hear that all the time. So I learned to suck up my fucking tears. Suck it up. Because I was told that if I didn't stop crying, I was going to get hit. But y'all think that men are the only ones that are being told not to express their emotions, as y'all tell women to shut up every time they say something. But we're going to keep acting like men are the only ones that are told not to express emotion. Ugh. Child, I don't keep up with these people's relationships either. I just thought it was wild for him to say that she needed to go to jail for that shit. And for people to be in the comments acting like he was just expressing his feelings. Like, girl, fucking stop. Somebody said allegedly he beats on her. So, wow, I didn't know that. I want to know what Fetty got to do with this, okay? So what he want us to do, bro? You can handle the situation. You're a man. Stop disturbing us. She a Gemini. They love sex and aren't faithful. Oh, wow. Well, that's just disrespectful. I don't agree with that at all. If the guys would stop recycling plastic, they wouldn't be going through this. Right. Because if only they would pick better women. Y'all gonna pick better the fuck out of every situation, huh? He fanned out mentioning the other baby daddy in your shenanigans. Sound like a groupie. Oh, let me know if I got this right. She took her kids to see Fetty in jail, but only one of the kids is Fetty's. So dude is mad that his wife took his two kids to see another man in prison. That's not what I got from this at all. And need be placed in jail. Yeah, that's not what I got from this at all. I don't know. I could be fucked up, but that's not what I got from this. I don't know how you got that from this, but okay. Girl, they just be putting they all of they mess on Front Street, girl. Y'all see Childish Gambino ain't paying nobody. The model who was on his Awaken My Love album reveals that she never received residuals for her work. So I bring this up because I heard a conversation that Umar was having about how black men can be pro-black and be for the community, but then go and marry and put their finances into white women, which in line when they die, their finances will go to their biracial kids and their white wives. So it will go back into the white community. It will not go back into the black community. That is what Dr. Umar believes. He was going on and on. I'm not going to play his clip because it's tiring to hear him keep going back and forth with this man about how he is in a relationship with a white woman, so you can't really speak about the black community because you're not really righteous in it if you're not with a black woman. You're not trying to make something work with a black woman, so don't tell us about the black community because you don't really care about the black community. That's the idea, right? And so that's one thing that I low-key kind of agree with on some level, not in every situation, you guys, because I don't feel like every interracial couple is because one of the black people hates their blackness and is trying to exercise said blackness by injecting whiteness. Yeah, I do believe a lot of people feel like that. I think there are a lot of women and men who internalize racism and will go and get with other nationalities and ethnicities of people in order to remove themselves from their blackness because their blackness in some way is tied to pain, trauma, or embarrassment for them. Yeah, I believe that absolutely happens. Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, is one of those black men that even though he's in the black community, he makes content mostly for the black community because he is a white comedian. I'm gonna say that. And I say a white comedian, he's black, y'all, but his comedy is usually made for white people. His career started out being in front more white people. I don't think there's an issue with that. But what I do notice, okay, what I do notice a lot of the times is there are a lot of black men like Donald Glover that showcase themselves to be pro-black and for black people, but they are in relationships and married to and have babies with white women. And then when it comes to actually showing up for black women in the community they claim to care about, the lady can't even get her residuals. Let's read what she said. Being able to hold an album that I'm on the cover of and having my bestie mom next to me to celebrate my number one cheerleader. This woman's face is gorgeous. Love her teeth. This album has been so hard for me to celebrate for many reasons. And for years, I resented it even. It put me through a lot. But finally being able to celebrate it means a lot. Update. I resented it because myself, the makeup artist and stylist, all black women were taken advantage of and lied to. We were we received we were received low payment, but were promised residuals, but never received anything. The only person who received residuals was a white woman who created the headpiece, even though she was not on set to work on this, but she also deserves it. After years of lies and silence and finding out statute of limitation complications, it's been an exhausting, emotional, and overall sad thing to deal with. So it took so much from me, especially the fact that we all worked on it with so much love and being proud to represent black artists. All of my lawyers' communications have been ignored by the artist and his team. Hashtag bittersweet. So when Dr. Umar says that how can you support the black community for real, when you're not even with the black woman, it's not that that is always the case, but you should pay attention to when black men say that they're for the community but they are married to and have babies with white women. It shows that they are using the black community so that they can advance and so that they can perform whatever their, inner assertions are. But essentially, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? They claim that all the black women call them lame and nerdy. Honestly, I feel like all of those men are full of shit. I feel like there are things that a lot of y'all could do. Like, for instance, I knew one dude specifically that would say black women wasn't, black dudes weren't into them. Black women weren't into them. And I feel like, no, that's not the case. The majority of black girls aren't allowed to be nerds, just like the majority of black men aren't allowed to be nerds, to be very clear. Okay. It's more acceptable for women to be nerds, for girls to be nerds. But for boys, but all in all, it's not. Like, in the black community, you are made fun of for speaking correct English. You are made fun of for being a bookworm. You are made fun of for being smart, for being involved in the arts in some capacity. Okay. Like, you really are. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy. A lot of the times you are made fun of for not being the status quo. And I know that because that's how I started to speak incorrect English growing up, because my cousins made fun of me because I spoke like a white girl. So I understand what it feels like to be ostracized by your own community because your access allows you, more education or a different perspective or a different group of people to grow up around. I grew up around a lot of white kids. I went to school with white kids and Asian kids and Latina kids. Like, I wasn't just around black people. I had a different overall perspective, and I was made fun of by my family members in the fucking hood for that. Okay. So at the end of the day, did that mean that I still didn't want to be with a black person? No. Does it mean I dated white people? Yes. Okay. But it does not mean that I internalized racism and only wanted that. So for me, I feel like whenever they say that, that's bullshit. A lot of the times, y'all don't want the black girls that want y'all. Y'all want white women. And y'all are into the things that y'all are into sometimes because you want to be around white people, especially as you get older. Maybe not as a kid, but to act as if no black woman wanted uh what's your bar? Omari Hardwick, Tay Diggs. Y'all are physically attractive black men. It doesn't matter if y'all are in theater. There was some black woman that was into y'all and y'all just wasn't into her. Be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. So I just kind of feel like, this is an example because it's obvious that you felt like those black women weren't worthy of being paid. And when I say worthy of being paid, it wasn't because their work wasn't good enough. It's because you didn't value them enough to make sure that they were taken care of. But you were valuing the white lady enough to make sure she got her money from what the lady said. Now, this is what the lady said, y'all. I don't know if it's true or not, but this is what the lady said. But I'm just saying, drawing a correlation between what Dr. Umar was saying about this and also what I've heard for years, ever since like Harry Belafonte and guess who's coming home? Sidney Poitier. Those black men in Hollywood that a lot of black people thought were so pro-black, but it turns out you're really just pro-black man. You're not pro-black woman because you don't stand up for black women the way you stand up for black men. Yeah, come and tell us about the Migos so that you can help put them on. But when it comes to the black female makeup artists and hairdressers and, everybody that's helping you put your visuals together, you're not going to make sure that they get paid because you don't value them the same. So you don't value the black community. You value black men. And that's not the same as the black community. The black community is made up of women and children, not just black men. Quincy Jones, James Earl Jones. Yes. And it's because they recognize that they need black people in order to be successful, because they cannot just solely depend on white people to be successful, because then you'll just be that one black friend, like Chris Rock is in all of the white movies that he's in, until he needs to come back over to black people land and be the star of the show. I'm thinking the white lady had a team or just a manager or someone to make sure the money is in order, but black people often do things off of the strength of being black too. And that is true. That is true. You are absolutely right about that. A lot of times black people don't know and don't have the purview, you know what I'm saying? They don't have the experience to know what needs to be in place so that their business can be taken care of. And that's still not their fault. And as a Black person in this business that's making sure that people get paid, he still should have made sure that women got what they deserved. If he was going to make sure the white lady got what she deserved. That's all I'm saying. But I understand and I agree with what you're saying. Michael Jordan. Let's see. Saying I was called a white girl frequently, didn't phase me not one bit. And once they noticed it didn't phase me, they moved on. Listen, they either chase after the ones they know they have nothing in common with, or they never really wanted them and wanted an excuse. They talk ish about light-skinned people and proceed to create one. Hilarious. Yeah, so exhausting. At one point, you just give up because you can't be anything but yourself. You really can't. Girl, me too, Bonnie. My cousins did that to me too. The nerds wanted the city girls instead of the girls that like them who like nerds. For real. Like, let's keep it a buck. Yes, I used to get made fun of because I love to read books. Me too. Nothing was more exhausting than having a code switch with the people who look like you. Huh. My family calls me the bougie aunt. I wear it proudly now. Huh. I cursed enough to offset my proper speaking. Yeah, I did that too. They do leave that part out that the girls they like just didn't like them. So now it's the whole community. Right. I'm a blurred and have never been attracted to white people. As a Black nerd, I never had this issue not attracting Black women, and I was a super nerd. You have a strong neck there, sir. That's probably why. Because essentially, if you're attractive, a woman doesn't care if you're a fucking nerd. A lot of the times, Black women are nerds. Like, you just got to find the right ones. You know what I'm saying? You have to find your tribe of Black people. All Black people aren't the same. Marries the white woman, but will cheat on her with Black women. Ooh. He did have that weird scene in Atlanta where the Black women were hating on a Black celeb man for dating a white woman. Right. They also leave out they was musty. You're not lying, because the one of the guys I was thinking about used to have like a body odor. And you could have lost a little weight. It's like the things that you could do in order to make someone be more attracted to you, you don't want to do because you want to you want to be I'm not going to do this. I'm going to be myself. Okay, well, then the women who you're attracted to may not like that version of you. They may want a more put together, a more slim, nigga that smells better. I don't know, a nigga with better hygiene, nigga that get his hair cut more often. They may want somebody that keeps themselves up the way the woman keeps herself up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And they know they can be themselves and be trifling with white women because white women are trifling. And that's no disrespect because I don't feel like all white women are trifling. But I did see a clip on Tasha's page that we're going to go to. And I think this is one of the reasons why Black men like to be with white women, because they're both trifling.